welcome back to another Expresso show with Jack Conway. So, today should be a good one. I'm just going to talk about some sustainable building materials. But before that, let's get caffeinated. Now, shout out to Caff, who sent me a bunch of coffee, and he sent me this thermostat. I'm just gonna do this. I already had some coffee that I brewed, but I just want to show this guy that I know what I mean, because he's been, I think, just worried about me, and like the way that maybe I just don't know that this can like pour into a cup if you just unscrew the lid a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm fully aware. Look at that, it's still hot. Brewed this morning. Sunday, it's like 1 o'clock. Brewed it at like 8, 9, somewhere around there. And then Cap also was saying that it's hard to clean this thing. That's not true, man. Not if you have a little scrub brush. I don't have one, so it is hard to clean. So let's put a little creamer in. I'm gonna let it naturally disperse though. Alright, let me share my screen. I don't know how that works. Let me stop sharing. How's that? Let's try this. I don't know how I like that though. What about this one? Can I do it that way? Let me know which one you guys like best. I also feel like my thing is kind of weird. So, alright, there's fungus that... Let's just do it like this real quick. As a student at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, Eben Bayer, a co-founder of the company Ecovative Design and a Vermont native with some experience harvesting mushrooms, realized that perlite, a type of volcanic glass frequently used as a component of insulation, was also used in growing mushrooms. Very interesting to draw inspiration from this for what you're about to read here, but he thought it might be possible to make insulation out of fungi using perlite, and in a class before he graduated in 2007, he proved right. So he made this glass out of this, or he made this fungus out of this glass, right? He made this fungus out of perlite, a type of volcanic glass frequently used as a component of insulation. It's funny how so many materials that we are using, how they actually form in the real world, you know? Anyways, because like this perlite's used for insulation already, but let's just keep reading. Now the company he founded with classmate Gavin McIntyre ecovative design is angling to provide not just a mass market organic insulation material, which is very interesting, but also a replacement for styrofoam, the non-biodegradable, carbon-intense material widely used in packing and shipping. Now he's talking about styrofoam when we say that. Both produced through microbinding, in which local agricultural waste, including buckwheat, rice, cottonseed hulls, and other materials high in lignin, a complex organic polymer found in many plants, is mixed with cells from a specific type of fungi. Within about a week, so I guess when they say both, they're talking about a replacement for styrofoam and an organic insulation material. Within about a week, Mr. Bayer said the fungus digests the lignin, producing a strong biological matrix. The mixture is poured into a mold and then dehydrated, creating the finished product. So essentially we use the energy locked up in the ag waste to put together a new product, says Bayer. Jeff Stone, the editor-in-chief of Mycologia. But just think about this, guys. Okay, styrofoam, which takes like 70 years to decompose or whatever, it isn't even really decomposable, I should say, being replaced with something that you could grow. I picture a future styrofoam manufacturer just sitting in his rocking chair, letting styrofoam grow in his backyard, and just using mushrooms to do it, you know? Or, I mean, you know, all this stuff, really. I oversimplified it. But think about this, too. There's so many materials that have been used over the years that have just shown us they're just, you know, very dangerous to work with. You know, if you've done any demolition, this is why I'm so interested in things like hempcrete, or this seems kind of interesting too, but there's a double-sided sword here, because when I think of asbestos is a group of naturally occurring toxic minerals that can cause serious disease. So asbestos is like a naturally occurring thing, right? It doesn't mean that it's good for us, okay? You know, there's certain things that are naturally occurring that are not good for us, okay? So if you look at this, cellulose and asbestos, right? Cellulose, they used to kind of, you know, have these holes that they would blow cellulose insulation into the walls, you know. Sometimes when you're first getting into real estate or even carpentry or construction, you come across cellulose, and, you know, you hope that you don't come across asbestos, but you come across asbestos probably at some point. Now, it could be cased or it could be uncased. It really depends on how old the house is and how many people have been through it to see if it has asbestos. But, you know, in the 50s, they kind of banned it from being used. And the reason is because having asbestos exposure is the fourth, you know, largest risk for things like lung cancer. There's other things asbestos can cause, but yeah, it's pretty crazy that you have smoking, you have exposure to secondhand smoke, you have radon gas exposure, which is another thing in housing, and then you have asbestos exposure. Then you have all this other stuff, but the fourth largest is asbestos by this little infograph. So when we talk about progressive building materials, I say that there's a double-edged sword here, because some of them are gonna suck. Let's just be honest with each other, you know? Like, some are probably not gonna be that cool or good. Hempcrete is something that was literally banned to be used because we weren't able to grow hemp, you know, for like a long time, like as long as it took the Red Sox to win a World Series before 2004. And when it comes to the fact that it's back, like humans have hempcrete again, like that's kind of cool when you actually do some research into like hempcrete. But these other ones, I'm just saying, you know, some of them are probably just as good or really useful, you know, in their respective field. But some of them, let's just be cautious and wary of that, you know. I don't want to get into the business of saying like, oh yeah, all progressive materials are incredible. Because like, you know, are they? Let's find out. Let's do some research. Let's play around with it. So let me share my screen again. So let's just read these off just to give you some kind of... I'll do all of these real quick because they have a nice little blurb. But this one doesn't even talk about hempcrete. However, they do have like hemp rebar. That's really interesting. So transparent wood. And I'll be talking about these more, so I won't go into each one actually. Carbon fiber. Sorry guys, I have this kink in my shoulder that I've been trying to get out. I'm gonna have to hit the sauna today. Sensitiles. Self-healing concrete. Interesting. Aerogel, rich light, liquid granite. That's very interesting. Bending flexible concrete. Transparent aluminium. Sure that's how they say it in the UK. Aluminium, mate. Laminated wood, hydroceramics, Capcoma, Flexicone, bio coal lining. So rebar is what you kind of give to concrete to have it, you know, retain rigidity. Like, they did a test with concrete without rebar, and people drove over it, and it broke. And then they did a test, I think it was on a bridge, like a bridge-like structure, I mean. They did a test where the concrete had rebar in it when they were forming it. It's like a knot. It's like in yoga where they say to breathe into the places that need, you know, breath. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to send my air into the knot in my shoulder to just let it naturally release. That's enough. Sorry. So, anyways, rebar is like this long, it looks like this shape, but it's long. It's got this little swirling around it pattern. And hemp rebar is super interesting to me because you need rebar for concrete. Let's see what these ones say. Cork, hempcrete, mycelium, cast concrete, recycled glass, recycled plastic, recycled steel, recycled or reclaimed wood, terrazzo, and arclight. So bamboo, recycled steel, cork, reclaimed wood, recycled plastic, straw bales. I was researching hempcrete and I found these hemp blocks that kind of look like straw bales, honestly, when you build them. Rammed earth, hempcrete, structural insulated panels, insulated concrete forms, earth bags, recycled glass, linoleum. I'm not a huge fan of linoleum just because it's like, I don't know, feels kind of fake. Like, low E-glass are in. So, as I look into these, I'm going to talk about these because there's a bunch of reasons, guys, you know? There's so many reasons. For instance, doing demo work on a house with dangerous materials is putting a human at risk. Now again, I believe robots will eventually be doing a lot of the demolition work and things of that nature, but until they are, we've got humans out there on the field. So let's make it as safe as possible for them, but also, let's not shortcut the quality and what the material is supposed to do. Let's actually find ways around using harmful materials that present alternatives that are, you know, doing the job, if not adding a unique twist to the job, or improving what a baseline material would do that's not very good or safe. So that's one of the missions I'm on. Thank you for watching. And that's Jack Conway Expresso Show. Peace and love. I'm going to post this to YouTube. I try to post these longer ones to Instagram. It doesn't let me. Maybe I'll clip it up. I don't know. TikTok lets me post them. Facebook, I'll post it, you know. I got 179 friends right now on Facebook. Just started Facebook at the beginning of this year. Podcasts, I'll post it too. I'll just do them all. Let me just try to do it all. And whatever ones I can't, just know X, I'll post it too. Just know it's because there's some kind of limitation on the video length. Okay. Peace. God bless.